And that has really, now we know that the people we're helping truly need the help, and they are trying to improve their lot in life. So that's how we try to stop.
Besides the attempt to help prevent them from becoming homeless, would you say there's anything else that stands out as a primary mission of importance?
The other mission is a lot of guys and girls do not realize that they qualify for medical benefits through the VA or even compensation. I have found people that were wounded in combat and received the Purple Heart, and they never once went to the Veterans Administration and applied.
What do you do for the Southern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery besides take widows out there?
Okay, I'm on the Governor's Advisory Committee, and
That's the governor of the state of Nevada.
Governor of the state of Nevada. I'm on the Advisory Committee, and we sort of oversee the funds and legal ramifications of what can be done on these cemetery grounds, and we sort of guide the cemetery staff out there along those grounds. Like they wanted to move a crematorium out there, and it wasn't feasible, so we showed the cost effectiveness and so forth. And the nearest one's in Henderson, which isn't that far away, so we did that. I work on the volunteer committee also, and what we do there is we help program the Memorial Day ceremony out there, and last year we brought in something like 1,200 people. We had all the congressional representatives from our state were there, and we also helped with the Wreaths Across America event in December. And this is where...
What's that program?
That program started with a newspaper fellow back east. He, as a young boy, was impressed with Arlington Cemetery, and he bought a lot of land, and he started this wreath program at Arlington, and it is spread throughout the U.S. And what we do is, for our local, it's $15 a wreath, and our plan is to try to get as many wreaths as possible, and we place them on the grave sites at the same time. This year it's going to be on the 10th of December, and it'll be 9 o'clock our time, 12 o'clock East Coast time. So we all do it at the same time. Ceremony starts at the same time, and then after the ceremony, and the ceremony is really unique. We get a service member who's on active duty from the different branches of service. We have ROTC cadets from the different branches of service, and we have a veteran who's from each service. And the active duty guy hands the wreath to the veteran, and the veteran hands the wreath to, and then after the ceremony, we go out, and our unit buys extra wreaths for our widows. So we hook them up with a ROTC cadet, and he will take the widow with the wreath to her loved one's gravesite. So it's very moving, and they can take their time. And the wreaths stay out there, for a couple months. They last quite a while. So.
Do they generate funds for the facility as well?
Yes, we do.
I mean, the wreaths.
No, the wreaths make no money for the facility. What they do, for every 3 wreaths we sell, we get an extra one free.
Okay. Why do you like NASCAR so much?
I was a lot in my younger day. I was in the South, and that's where NASCAR was born, on the dirt tracks, and I just got into racing. When I was on active duty and I was stationed in Germany, we formed a race car club, a German-American race car club, and it was similar to the ones back home. And we had a good commander in the area. He gave us the land to build a track, and at that time there was a lot of drug problems within the military, and we got the men involved in building a car for each unit, and we would race on the weekends, and the drug problem went from out of control totally gone away.
So they were just bored.
They were bored out of their minds, so we gave them something to do, and we enjoyed it too. And we do it now to raise funds, and that helps us with our welfare program.
So the welfare program, like the rent and the utilities
Utility.
for nearly homeless veterans.
Yes.
Great. If someone wanted to contribute funds directly to that, how would they go about that?
They can contribute it to Catholic War Veterans, put in a memo for the welfare fund, and that goes into one account that's strictly geared for nothing but that. I'm not allowed to spend any of that money for office supplies or anything of that nature, and they just make it to Catholic War Veterans, and we're at P.O. Box 6, I can't remember a P.O. Box number.
That's okay. You know what? They can contact me and I'll give them your information.
Okay.
Since they're giving the funds to Catholic War Veterans, do you care what the religion of the veteran is?
No, we have no.
So if they're Jewish or
boundaries
Muslim or atheist, you'll help them
We
out.
give it to all religious types and all ethnic groups.
Great. What's the most attractive part of Catholicism to you?
The receiving of the body and blood of Christ,
The communion.
the communion.
How often do you do that?
Every week.
Every
We
week.
go once a week. I might add something.
Please.
We're talking about ethnic groups. I work with the Jewish war veterans. We work hand in hand together here. And in fact, on some of the rent assistance, they may be quite large. They would help, and we'd split the cost. Or I will do one rent, then they'll do the next one. But we've broken down those barriers of religion. We've broken down the barriers of the disabled American veterans doing this, Vietnam veterans, Jewish war veterans, Catholic. We all work together as one unity. With
VFW?
VFW is included. All veteran organizations in this valley, we work with one common goal, and that's to help our fellow veterans.
Great.
And we do it as one team, a team effort. So,
Great. That's the way it should be.
yeah.
Why do you dedicate so much of your time to veterans, Catholic efforts, and burial efforts? What do you personally get out of it?
I get the satisfaction that I've assisted someone in a dire time of need who otherwise would go by the wayside and not be taken care of. When it comes to burial, this is one of the most crucial times in a lot of people's lives. They're not thinking correctly, they're not doing the right things, and someone needs to be there to help guide them and protect them from vultures who might come in and try to take all the insurance money and what have you. We try to set up a program where the guys keep all important papers in one area. They discuss with their families what they want done when they pass away, and this helps prevent a lot of heartache at the end there. There's enough heartache with the loss of an individual, much less being ripped off or not knowing what to do. You know, so it makes me feel good inside, and I want to have someone there when it's my time to go. It would help my family.
So you're hoping that by your doing it, other veterans will reciprocate and take care of your wife when you pass.
Yes.
In what other ways are you of service to the community?
We've gotten some of the civilian partners in this valley educated into the needs of the homeless, not only the veterans, but other homeless. And like family services from Cambridge Community Service locally, they got on board. They donated the land for us to have a stand down in, and they've been educated by us on what the needs are and how great the need is.
Please tell us about Stand Down.
Yeah, Stand Down is, it came out of the war, when we were in wars, where we would bring the troops back and resupply them, and they get hot meal and a shower and everything before they went back up on the line. So we adapted that as our program for the homeless, where we bring them in and we give them food. We have services there. We have medical, dental, vision, legal. If they have minor offenses, we take care of that. We have people there with housing to try to get them in housing, employment, clothing, you name it, we do it. It's like one day that they can get off the street, get a meal, and get help, and we can get them back in society, and do it with dignity and respect.
And when is the next stand down here in Las Vegas?
There's going to be one for the whole community, civilian and veteran, on the 9th of November of this year at Cashmanville.
If someone wanted to offer their services or contribute funds, maybe they're a dentist, maybe they're a doctor, maybe they're an ophthalmologist, or whatever, how would they go about offering themselves?
They should call Greg Abernathy at the Community-Based Outreach Center.
And I have Greg's phone number.
Yeah, Greg's phone number, so. And he would be a point of contact. You could get them online and for volunteering, or if they want to donate items, he would be able to direct them in the right direction.
Great. What was the first service project you ever worked on in your life?
First service project. It was when my children were growing up and they were in the Scouts, and I worked as assistant scoutmaster helping them.
Was there a moment when you knew that service was going to be a major part of your life? Describe that moment for us, what you thought, what you felt.
That happened back in 1995, and I was at the VA clinic, and I noticed volunteers there, and I was unable to work, and I thought I got to do something, and I went and talked to the volunteer coordinator at that time, and she got me enrolled, and I've never regretted it since then. And it's been one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had in my life.
Describe how you mean rewarded. What do you think, what do you feel?
For me, it's being able to help that one person that's disabled, help him in a wheelchair or whatever, but to interact with them. A lot of veterans are without families, they have no one there, and to be able to interact and to help them and give them a lending hand. I feel I lost some friends in the war, and to me, this is my way of picking up the torch that they dropped, more or less, and to carry it on. I think that they would do the same thing if they were in my shoes. And I think it's my obligation and my duty to do that, and this is my way of thanking a greater power for allowing me to live as long as I have.
How old are you?
I'm 69 years old.
And
1 month, I'll be 70.
happy premature birthday. You work a lot of hours. According to the paper you sent me, in excess of 40 hours each and every week.
Yes.
That's a lot of time to volunteer. You said you're unable to work, but you're doing more than a full-time job without compensation.
Yeah.
Can you square that for us?
Well, part of volunteering is when I'm not able to hold down a full-time job because of the disabilities that I've incurred. Being a volunteer, you do your hours at your speed, and there's no 8 to 5 clock and do the following. I put in a lot of hours every week, and it's in excess of 40. But it's a lot of times it's a sit down, serving coffee, chatting, just talking. A lot of guys, like today, I've had 2 of them that just wanted some